Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And yesterday I was saying that every day we find that 5 or 6 more people have done the Sudoku hunt, but obviously Friday night is Sudoku hunt night because we got an absolute plethora today. And congratulations to all these finishers, some in family units, some on their own, some who are new patrons and have been waiting for the chance to join up for a new puzzle hunt, and very well done to those. So I'm going to put off for another week or so releasing the video with the solution because there's clearly people still solving it out there, and I don't want to spoiler that too much. But very good work from those guys. Well done. Loads of content on Patreon, of course. Hunts and extra puzzles and extra videos and all sorts of stuff. So do consider joining our Patreon. It's on the link under the video, along with the apps and along with this puzzle. Now, what I'm told is that Rocky Roa, the math teacher, has been hosting quite a lot of excellent puzzles lately on Logic Masters Germany. And this one has a 96% rating, which is hard to achieve. Therefore, obviously, very popular. And I think it's a really interesting rule set, and I'm looking forward to giving it a go. So the rules are these. It looks like normal killer cages, and certainly we have the rule that digits cannot repeat in a cage, which is regular. But you will notice that some of them don't seem to have enough as a number. And the reason for that is that the number given in the killer cage represents both an addition of some of the digits and a multiplication of others of the digits. And the cage can be partitioned into the two and coloured. So, for instance, let's have a look at this 18. The 18 multiplication could be in those two, or in those three, or in those 4 digits. No, maybe there's no way to do it in 4 digits. Or it could be in those 2 or those 3. You can always colour the cage so that there's one joined group of colours that's the multiplication, and one joined group of colours that is the addition. So really fascinating rule set. Never seen anything like that before, obviously. Intriguing that this puzzle can be created with no given digits, and yet apparently this is still unambiguously solvable. So I'm really looking forward to it. Do give it a try on the link under the video. The difficulty rating with 3 stars out of 5 on Logic Masters. Now, I don't know, that can sometimes mean it's not too bad, but it can also mean that there's tricky bits. But let's see how we go, and let's get cracking. So, okay, the good thing to look for here is surely products which have very few ways of being done. So 28 here in this bottom row, that has to be either 7 times 4 or 7 times 4 times 1. I don't think there's any other way to do it. You can't get the 2 factors that are 2 in any other way than by using the 4, so because the 2 would repeat. So they go at one end or the other. The intriguing thing about this puzzle is how are we ever going to tell which end is which? But okay, leaving that aside, this is a 9-cell row. Now, our regular knowledge bomb is that the numbers 1 to 9, which appear in every row, column, and 3x3 box, add up to 45. There it is. So, in this cage, we have both digits adding up to 28 and the numbers 7 and 4 and maybe 1 making the product. So that's going to add up to either 39 or 40. And if we subtract that from the total of the whole row, which is 45, we must get left with 6 or 5 here. Oh, and that's good. Right, here's a start then, because this 14 cage, the product must be 2 times 7, so that must be in this end. And this end must be the addition, and it's either 5, 9 or 6, 8. You see, that wasn't disambiguated. So let's try this again on this 30 cage. It's not quite as good as the 28 because obviously there's 2 ways to get a product of 30. It could be 5 times 3 times 2, or 5 times 6. And both of those could use this extra 1. So what do they add up to? They add up to 10, 11, or 12, those digits that could be used in the product. So this cage consists of 30 plus 10, 11, or 12. So it adds up to 40, 41, or 42. So the rump digit left over at the end of the column has to be 3, 4, or 5 to make up the total to 45. That's not quite right, because obviously 5 is in the product here, so it must be in the cage. That can't be a 5. Now, can I use exactly the same on the top row? I think I can. I don't see why not. Yeah, again, 40, 41, or 42 in those cells. That is 3, 4, or 5 for the same reason. It can't be 5 because that has to be in that cage. So we get a little 3, 4 pair. Is that telling us which end of this cage? No, it's not, because it could be 5, 3, 2 up here, or even 1, 2, 3, 5 up here. If it's a 5, 6 sum, that has to be at this end, but we don't know that. Oh, this thing with 5s, actually this is quite interesting. There's got to be a 5 in this cage because of the 30 product. There's got to be a 5 in this cage because of the 10 product. There's got to be a 5 in this cage because of the 20 product. We now know it's in one of those two cells because the 2 5s for row 1 and row 2 have been used up here. The 20 cage has to have a 5 product somewhere in there, and the 15 cage has to have a 5 product, and now it can't be in box 4. That's brilliant. That is very deliberate and very clever, and I can put a 5 as definitely in one of those two cells. Now these are quite good sums in 20, 20, and 15 in the sense that they're products. Here it must be 5, 4 only. Mustn't it? Yes. And the 4 has to be next to the 5 at one end, so we could colour an end. Then the 20 sum, it's got to have one number below 4 in it. Can't be 6, 7, 8, that would be 21. So it's 3, 8, 9. So that one is definitely made up of 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. That's handy. Right. So we've got 1, 2, 6, and 7 to go in the rest of the box. That one can't be 2 or 7 because there's a pair of those looking up here. Do we now know how the 30 product? Does it have to be this end? The 5, could the 5 be here in a 4-cell product? No, because that 4-cell product would be 1, 2, 3, 5. So the product end is this end. But actually none the wiser on whether it's 5, 2, 3 or 5, 6. But it must be one of those. So we can't have the 1 out of here as well. What I mean by that is that if this is 5, 2, 3, then we've used the 2, and this is a 1, 6, 7 group, and the 1 is not in the product. If this is 5, 6, we've used the 6 out of this, and again the 1 is not in the product. So the 1 is not in the product here. So, is that going to reduce this down to 1 candidate? I don't know because I can't remember how the maths work. Okay, we've got either 5, 2, 3 adding up to 10 or 5, 6 adding up to 11 plus 30 is 40 or 41. This has to be 4 or 5. We worked out earlier it's not 5. We now know it's not 3. That is a 4. This must be a 3. We're underway. That 3 is interesting because this is either 7, 4 or 7, 4, 1 as the product. So it's got to be this end of the cage. could be 741s. It would be lovely to just reduce it to a 7-4 pair there, but we can't do that. Right, and this 30 cage, the 4 is not in the product. So again, the product is this end. 5 is down here somewhere. Oh, it can't be. There's no 3 in it. So it's 5-6 or 5-6-1. So 6 is also down there. Now, there's a 5 in the 10 cage. Yes, these can't have a 5 in, and these can't have a 4 in. Sorry, we worked out it's 5 and 4. That can't be 4 either. One of these ends is 5-4, and the other is 3-8-9. It's odd. I thought I'd be colouring all over this puzzle, but it barely matters. I mean, I suppose I could colour these two. Let's use purple for product and orange for sum. Five's in the product there. We don't know which end is the product here. What can I be using now? This is still 5 or 6, depending on what's happening. Oh, there's a 5 in there, so that's not a 5. That still could be with a 6-1 pair here. These numbers 12, 18, and 18 are pretty unappealing. Actually, 21's good. That's clearly going to be 7 times 3 or that times 1. Oh, 16. Right, the sum has to be 9-7 and the product has to be 2-8. That's a decent certainty. What about the 10? 5 times 2, obviously in the product. And maybe with a 1. So then if it was with a 1, the sum would be 3 and 7. That would be 4, 8, 9, and this would be 6, which it can't be. Right, I'm just checking that. If this was a 1, 2, 5 product, you'd have 2 digits left for the sum. You couldn't. Oh, they can't be 4, 6 because we've got a 4 there and a 4 there. We've used up the 4 for row 2. Sorry, we've used up the 4 for row 2 over here. It would have to be a 3, 7 sum. If that was 1, 2, 5, 3, 7 in there, this would be 4, 8, 9. That would be 6, and we now know it can't be. So the sum in this cage is 2, 5. Sorry, the product is 2, 5. The sum is 1, 3, 6. Has to be. So 3 is not used here. 7 sits here. That results that this is not the 7-9 pair. They are down here. Now, this is now 3 and 5. This can't be a 2 because of what we've just discovered there. 2 is definitely up here, but the 5 sum is at this end. Perfect. So with 2 being up here in box 1, it can't be in the product, which is at the right-hand end of this 30 cage. And the product uses only 5 and 6, which I know because once I take 6 out of these, I have used the 1 at this end. In fact, I seem to know where that goes. It's a weird naked single in box 1. So that's a 2-7 pair. Okay. 5, 6, 4. So we get 3, 8, 9 in here. This can't be 5, 6, or 2. That is now a 1, 3 pair. We get a 9 to complete the box. We take 1, 3 out of that set. We're really reducing this down. That's a 6 now. We've got 1, 4, and 7 to go in there. I have a feeling that'll be 1 and 7 because of the 21 cage, but that's just a feeling. Still don't know whether we've got 5, 6, 1 to put in here or just 5, 6 down here. These must come from 1, 2, and 8, though. Right, now, still haven't worked out which way round they go, because I don't know whether there's a 1 in the product calculation in the bottom row. Right, the 2, 5 has to be at one end, so the 6 must go with the 1 and 3 in this 10 cage. 5, 6, yes, let's do the colouring. Sorry, what am I doing now? Products are in orange. So that's the product there. That's the product in that one. We still don't know which side it is there, but we do know that the central cell of it is purple. The product in this 30 gauge is at least down there, but might also be up there. It might also run into this cell. The product in the 28 gauge is this end. Rest are not product. Maybe this colouring will help, actually. Now, in the 20 gauge, clearly the 6 is not in the product. Oh, and that's got to be orange as well. 12. Just don't know enough about that still, I don't think, to use it. Oh, I thought this was really good stuff up here, but I don't know quite what to do with the information we managed to get so far. One of those is 4, 5. One of them is 8 or 9 and 3. Oh, yeah, no, they're both okay. 1, 2, 7. Oh, where does 6 go in column 1? Yes, killer rule. It can't be in the 20 cage, so it must be here. Oh, that's helpful. Should have seen that coming. Right, that makes that 6 and 8 now. The 6 must operate on this cage. 28 sum is this end, plus 6 is 34, plus 7 and 4 is 45. So that is part of the 28 sum. And 4 and 7 definitely. Oh, that's not what I was planning to do, sorry. Setting, let's get rid of the pencil marks. That's what I was planning to do. And we can now put 4 and 7 in that pair of cells, which rules 7 out of this one. That can't be 8 anymore, which does not resolve this pair. 2, 8, 6, 4, 7. 5 is there. These are from 1, 3, and 9. What about this 12 cage? What about the sum in this 12 cage? That's good, because it can't be 8, 4, and it can't be 3, 9 now, because one of those has to be in there at least. So there's a 5, 7 in this cage. And it's either with 2, 6 or with 3, 4. Now, if it was with 2, 6, this would have to be a 1 here. 5, 7, 2, 6, 1, 8, 3, 9, 4. 4 there and 1 there if it was with 2, 6. If it's 5, 7, 3, 4, we get 1, 9 here, 8 here, 2 or 6 here, and I would say 2 or 6 here, but in fact, it couldn't be 2 because that can't be in the 30 sum anymore. So, oh, okay, the simpler way of seeing this is once I know there's 5, 7 in here, this can't be 5. Now I can place 5 in the column here. That's obviously in the product. So they are a 1, 6 pair. These don't have 1 in. That's a 2, 8 pair. Still don't know which side the 5, 7 goes. Does this... Oh, maybe I do know exactly that bit of information now, because this can't be either 3, 4 or 2, 6 this end, given what we've already got in the box. So that's the 5, 7 end. This is... Now, I don't know what this is yet. It's either 3, 4, 1, 9, 2, 6, or 2, 6. 1, 3, 9, 4. 2, 6, 3, 9, 4, or 3, 4, 1962. So this can't be 6 anymore, I think. Oh, maybe we can work out the 18 cage. Hang on. Just going to color this. Orange for the sum, purple for the product. 192 would work as an 18 product. 93. That's the only way to get the product in this end, I think. But if the product was this end, if it was 3, 6, then you'd have 1, 9 here. You couldn't do it. You'd need either a 6 or a 4 with a 4 there. So that wouldn't work. Could it be 9, 2 there? No. Because one of those, 9, 2 there, 1, 3, 4 here. No, you'd need a 10 here to make up the sum. The product is this end. It's 192. Must be right. Let me just check this one more time. I don't want to make a mistake at this point. If the product was this end, the two possibilities for getting the extra 1 for the moment are 3 times 6 and 2 times 9. 2 times 9 would leave 1, 3, 4 here, which would need a 10 to make up the numbers. 3, 6 would leave 1, 9. These two would have to add up to 8. They couldn't be 2, 6 because that would be 3, 6. They can't be 4, 4. That's right. Okay, that is the sum. This is the product. Coloring is actually helpful, unsurprisingly perhaps. But anyway, 1, 9, and 2 is the way the product works. So that fixes this 6, 1 pair. It gets us the 3, 4 product of the 12 cage. This now has become 5, 3, which on its own, well, they must be in the product. There could be another. There could be a 1 in the product as well. 5, 3 pair, any good there? No. Maybe we can do maths on box 4 though, just a bit of arithmetic. This cage is made up of 20 plus 5 and 4, 29, and maybe one other to make 30. 29 or 30. This cage is made up of 15 plus 8 is 23, maybe plus 1 more, although the 1 can only apply in one of those two products. Oh, now I've forgotten what sum I'd got up to. 20 plus 5 and 4, 29. Let's go with the minimum. 29, and then 8 and 15 is 23. That's 52. This cage adds up to 23. That is 75. Plus 10 is 85. Plus 11 is 96. That's exactly the number. So 1 is never in the sum, in the product. So 1 is always in the sum, because we came to exactly the right total. 90 for these two boxes plus the 6 is 96. So we know that the products are what they are if these, the products are minimum, 3 and 5 there, and 5 and 4 here. But I honestly don't know where they go in these 3 cells. And these 3 cells have to add up to 15 without including a 7, a 3, or a 5, or a 4 actually. So they can't have a 9 in. 8, 6, 1. They've got to have a 6 in because the 6 in that cage has been used. 6, 8, 1 must be that. 6, 8, 1 in those cells. That's not a 6. Right. So now with 4, 5 gone here, 7, 1, 6, 8, 2, 4, 5, 9, 3, we have, well, I mean, I guess I don't need to work it out. All the other numbers in the box have to just be fitted in here with 4 and 5 next to each other. So this cell has to either be 4 or 5 to achieve that. I really haven't achieved any more than that at the moment, which is quite irritating. 57163. So we get a 4 in one of those, a 2 in one of those, and 8, 9 in the other cells. Now, can we look at this 18 cage? Oh, the product's not this end, because any two of those multiplied together is too much. So this end is the sum end. It can't be a product in a sum in 2 digits, obviously, because the most 2 can add up to is 17. So the product is this end, 2 cells. Is it 9, 2, or is it 6, 3? If it's 6, 3, the 6 would have to be there. Just don't know. If I knew the 9 was in there, that would help, but I don't. Oh, this 18. Of course, these 3 cells have to add to 18. And look, that 2 has fixed that 5-2 pair. So they have to add to 18 without a 2 or a 5 in. Doesn't feel like it's going to be a unique sum, I have to say. So I'm going to have to do a bit more work with the maths. Let's look at this 21 cage. Now, we don't know for sure whether the 4 is in there. Now, could it be 3 and 7 this end? It certainly can't be 3, 7, 1. If it was 3 and 7 this end, this would be a 1-4 pair. Then these two would have to add to 16. There's no way. There's no way that's happening. Because that would require another 7 to go with the 3, 7 that I was postulating down here. So that must include a 7 and be part of the product end. Well, this is part of the product. I suppose it could be 7, 3. Probably missing a simpler approach, possibly a Sudoku-related approach. Can't be under my cursor because there's nothing there. Can it? I don't think so. Oh, okay. Just have a think now. Maybe find something useful like a 3-5 pair that I've seen before there. It's just not resolving anything. 7, 9. That does resolve the 5, 7 pair there. That fixes 5, 6 at the top. That peters out immediately. Oh, there's a 2, 8, 7, 9 quadruple there, which makes this a 4. Wow. So that's 1 or 3. That being a 4. So we need a sum of 18. Could be 4, 9, 5. 5 would be here. Or 4, 8, 6. The 6 would be here. Oh, that's frustrating. So the 18, if it's 4, 8, 6, it would have to be a 2, 9 pair. We'd get a 9 here. If it was 4, 9, 5, then it could be 3, 6 or 2, 9. Oh, that can't be a 9 here. Or a 2. They're both in the box already, so that's a 6. But that doesn't actually tell me whether this is a 3, 6 product or part of a 6, 8, 4 sum. However, it is a 6. These are from 1, 3, and 4. 4 is confined to those cells and those cells. So one of these is a 4. Oh, if I knew if it was in this cage, that would help. Oh, there's a 3, 5 there, looking at that. Sorry, right. That was more straightforward. So 9, 8 there now. This is a 4, 8, 6 sum and a 2, 9 product. And that 18 cage was very helpful if I could just have worked out how it was working. 6, 7 pair there, 1, 8, 5 down here. That one can't be a 5. That makes this a 2, 9 pair. That 8 has resolved the 2 and 8 up here. That resolves the 9 and 2. That does everything but what's left. Okay. That can't be 9 anymore. Still worrying away at this cage now. That is the product end. So this is the sum end. We need at least 3 cells to get to 21. Product needs a 3 in it, doesn't it? And it can't go there. Right, that's simple enough. Should have thought of looking at it that way earlier. So that is in the product. And 4 is not in the product. So we've got a 4 confined columns 5 and 6 there and there. That's not a 4 now. So this is a 4. Now this sum of 18 in 3 cells can't be 7, 4, 7, so it's 8, 4, 6. That 8 fixes this to a pair. This is now, yes, that now has to be, no, I don't know, sorry. This is where 7 goes because of that 7. That could be a 4 and in the sum, or it could be a 1 and in either the sum or product. Wow. Okay, let's just do the other stuff then. 1, they get a 9 there. Oh, I must have enough to just keep rattling at this. This can't be 6, so that's a 1-8 pair. That is a 6. This is now a 3 because of the 1-8 pair. We get a 9 here in that sum. 1-4 pair has fixed this. Actually, that 3 fixed it easier. Wow. Okay, so still going to have to do the sum, I think. So 9 plus another 12. Either, well, it could include that either way. Can't be 8, 4, can't be 7, 5, can't be 9, 3. So it is 3 cells. So that's part of the sum. These 3 add up to 12. They don't include a 2 or a 7. They do include a 1. So 1, 5, 6. They can't be 1, 3, 8 because we've had the 3 in the cage. It must be 1, 5, 6. Wow, that's what I'm doing. But I think I've got everything coloured now apart from the 20 gauge. 5, 6 there, yes, that resolves that. 8, 5, which resolves 8, 3, which resolves 4, 3. Got a 1, 7 pair to finish off there. This is now 5, 6. 5, 2. One of those is a 7, one of them's a 1. So these are from 3, 4, and 9. That is a 4 now, of course. This is 3 or 9. This must be where the 5 goes. That's going to fix these cages at the top. 3 and 5 there. We can do the 4 and 7 and the 2 and 7. 1 and 8. 9. That's now a 3. 2 and 9 to fill in there. That's going to finish off our last 3 pairs. 4 and 1. Right. Let's finish off this colouring. 2 and 8 is the product. 7 and 9 is the sum. 5 and 4 is the product. 8, 9, 3 is the sum. 5 and 4 is the product. 6, 2, 9, 3. 12, 14, 20. Add to 20 and are the sum. What a brilliant puzzle that is. Really intriguing that can be made to work, does work so well. Lovely stuff with the 5s at the top of the grid and coming down the left here. But a really entertaining solve from beginning to end. I loved that. Hope you had a go at it. Do have a look into Rocky Roa's other puzzles on Logic Masters Germany if you want. We may be back visiting that set at some point soon. Great stuff from him. Thank you very much for watching, and certainly hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.